This video will cover the installation of an OspreyMobile 1280105. Our first step will be to edit the host file by any method in which you're comfortable with. In this case, will be the host file editor from Microsoft Power Toys. I'm going to add an entry. Again, if this was not the server, which in my case it is, we would use that IP, but since it is, we'll just use the loopback address. The host will be OspreyMobile.webclient.server. I'll click Add, and that's ready to go. My next step will be to obtain the installer, which I already have. I'm going to right-click on it and run as administrator. As you can see, I've got a UAC prompt over here. You may or may not get that depending on your settings. I will bring it up, click yes, and it will allow the installation to proceed. I'll click next here. I'll accept the terms of the license agreement. I could scroll through it if desired. Then I'll enter a register number. Since this is mobile, I happen to know that my register assigned for mobile is 5. I'll click next, and then I'll click install to start the actual installation and file copy. Once the file copy is complete, it will start on installing the JDK, .NET, the Progress web client, as well as things such as POS for .NET, the data cap controls, the fonts. Now it will do a scheduled task, which we utilize for program updates. At this point, it's telling me it's finished. As you can see, I have two new icons. I have the actual OspreyMobile itself, and then I have the sync, just as I would for point of sale. I'm going to go ahead and run the sync the first time. There's two reasons for doing that. Number one is, depending on what is or isn't loaded, it may prompt you with another prompt that you have to acknowledge. Secondly, it can build the initial copies of the local databases. As you can see it down here, it is retrieving data. That process can take anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, depending on the size of your actual database. Once that's finished, which appears to be, I can go ahead and start OspreyMobile. I will log in with my login, and from here I can access any of the apps that I need to access, such as POS, Tag Pro, or simple things like price maintenance. I'm going to go ahead and close out of here. One thing to note is it's generally advised to have the sync icon always displayed. In my case, because I already have point of sale loaded and have done this, it will be. But if you needed to do it, this is how you would do it on Windows 11. You would go to the taskbar settings, other system tray icons, and then you would come down and find an open edge component and turn it to yes. There's a single setting for both POS and mobile, since they both use a quote open edge component. But if you were loading the mobile, for example, on a tablet with no other apps, you may want to go ahead and do this the first time. And with that, please have a good day, and I will talk to you later.